Hey, welcome back to Branching Out. I'm a little under the weather right now, so excuse my voice. I'm kind of losing it, trying to get it back. Uh, what we're doing today is we're going to do kind of the similar thing as what we did a couple of weeks ago. Is I want to get as much in the ground as I can. So I'm building 10 more cages for 10 more plants at least. They're slightly smaller. These only 3 foot wide, so they didn't make so. These are only 3 foot wide. The ones I was using before were 4 foot wide to make the cages. So they're slightly bigger, the other ones. These ones are just as good though. As far as I'm concerned, that has a lot of space to grow. So these should do really well. So we're just gonna put together about 8 or 9 more. I've already got a couple done already. And then we're gonna get out into the food forest and we're gonna spend some time digging some holes. So yeah, we definitely wanna get some stuff out there and in the ground. And I just wanted to show you real quick. I made this little jig. Stay right there. So here it is. Here's my little jig. It's just a 2x4 and a piece of wood. And all I did was feed this metal, because if you've ever had to deal with this rabbit wire, you know that it just wants to roll up on you and it wants to roll out on you and it does all kinds of things. So all I did was just slide it in through the 2 pieces here. Sorry. Kind of showing you a demonstration here. So once you get it fed through, you can easily just pull it out to the size that you want, and then I just ran my grinder right down the edge. So yeah, if you ever need something like that, you're making these cages, it really did help. I was able to do these in like I don't know, less than a half an hour. So, but this took me some time too. So all in all, it took me a half an hour, even with the little jig here. So let's get out in the food forest. We got lots of planning to do. All right, so we're back down here in the food forest. I have about 10 trees, 2 plum cots. I'm hoping that they'll take. They're not doing so well up there and in the pots. I have about 4 or 5 cherries, and I got those honey crisps, 5 honey crisps. So we're definitely gonna try and get this part planted this way right now. Right now I gotta kind of switch in between the greenhouse and my pump. It's filling up my tote in the greenhouse. So that's what you're hearing right now. And then I'm gonna put the excess back into the pond, because I always kind of have to top up the pond. I wish I had some ducks. I hear ducks are good to help waterproof or leak-proof your ponds, but I don't have any ducks. So I just fill it up every once in a while. It costs me a couple of bucks a year. So, and then what we're gonna do is after we're gonna go through here first, because we need a path straight down this way. And then we need another path on the other side of it. So we're just gonna keep picking and choosing where we're gonna start throwing stuff. So we're gonna get started up here, and we're just gonna work our way down and just keep planning as we go. Because I don't have a plan in my head. I never drew it down. I only have a rough sketch of basically where the nut trees go, where the fruit trees go. I've already done my guilds on this side over here, so these are basically orchard style rows, except there'll be a slight difference by tree bush, and each tree will be different. So let's get to work. It's not gonna get done itself. We've got a beautiful day. It's cloudy, but it's still quite warm. So we're gonna try and get as much done as I can today. And then we're gonna get to some more next week too. Next week, I want you to stay tuned, because I'm gonna pull out the sprayer that I got from Canadian Tire. It's a little tow behind. I think it's a 15-gallon or something like that. I forget. We'll do that next week though. And we're gonna get around and we're gonna do some soap and water spray to some of this fruit, because I'm getting nice fruit sets on my plums. My cherries are starting to come out, and I wanna see if I can get as much fruit back this year as I can. So stay tuned. Let's get going. Okay. So I got, there's a plum cot right here. Again, this is my other part of the food forest here, the lower section. Yes, you can see the patterns I'm starting to create. There's gonna be like a V style right here. My hands are all dirty. I was spreading coffee around. Yeah, so I can only put in the stuff that I have, and I don't wanna overdo it, because I don't wanna end up with too many honey crisps and too many cherries, too many everything, right? So I definitely want to get a handle on some more pawpaws. Unfortunately, a bunch of my pawpaws that I didn't put in the ground didn't make it through the winter. So yeah, these are all done, and I just wanted to come up here and Yeah, so yeah, sorry, that's the fruit trees that I'm going to put in today. Sorry, I'm running out of time. So I'm going to get over here to my nut. This is the right side of the property, which is where I'm going to put the nut trees. So I have some more chestnuts that have to go in there. They're going to go right next to the northern walnuts. And then I just wanted to show you, this is a Shiro plum. She is just sprouting with plums everywhere. They're just everywhere. So next week, again, I want to get into it and get into that, maybe some soap and water spray, kind of help try and magnify the amount of fruit I'm going to get without the bugs eating it. So at least we're going to see how that works. Give it a run through. Got some here, some white blackberry. But yeah, I got some really bad peach leaf curl. I know you can use someone was mentioning me, you can use a garlic spray to help with that too. What I do is I just tear it off. Try not to throw it near the tree, throw it away from the tree. And again, it should bounce back. So let's get over here, get these nut trees in, and we'll head up to the greenhouse and see what's going on up there. Okay, I'm all done planting for the day. I got 3 more. These are Chinese American cross chestnuts, edible chestnuts. So just wanted you to remember that when you're gonna plant a tree, don't forget to make it twice as big as the pot. Don't forget to amend your soil a little bit. So what I did is I dug the hole twice as big, put the plant inside with the potted soil, obviously, and then I used whatever was at the top layers. Like the top layers of this ground is like 4 inches of the topsoil. I used that to fill it back in a little bit, and then I used compost, and then I used mulch. So I use a clear cedar mulch, so there's no dyes or anything like that or in it, no chemicals. And then I cage them up now. So I'm pretty much caging all of my young trees, unless they can go without, which they can usually get away with one of those little spiral white tubes. And there's some other ways to do it too. You know, you can use like tiling, that perforated flexi pipe that you use for drainage in your ground. You can cut pieces of that, put a slit in it. You can use that. That's about it though for this week for me planting. So I'm gonna head up to the greenhouse. So why don't you come along with me? We'll finish up there. All right, here's the remainder of my chestnuts, or at least some of them. Some lilacs, some hascaps. Again, just more things I have to find homes for. These were unfortunately, this didn't work over the winter. The pawpaws couldn't handle it. So either too much water, not enough sunlight, too much sunlight. I don't know what it was. But yeah, I'm gonna have to look into getting some at Northland Nursery. Last time I got them for 10 bucks a piece, and I think that's a pretty good deal. So when I get them next time, I'm only gonna buy as much, so lesson learned, as you're gonna put in the ground. So here, more lilacs. I have a few more chestnuts, I believe there's some walnuts in there, some more hascaps. Again, I gotta find places for these, and some of these belong in a different area, which is way back at the tree line right there. They don't belong down in the food forest yet. I think I got enough hascaps up here in the food forest. So if I can sell a few, I did sell a couple of trees this week. I made $15, woohoo. But hey, every little bit counts. Pays for some gas. Here's some cherries here. So these all need like a desperate watering. You can see I got some issues over here with the dwarf cherry. Yeah, they're way over root bound, like they're past root bound. So yeah, these are a lot of my strawberries and stuff like that. There's even a strawberry there. And over here in these ones that just look like dirt, that's got my rhizomes in there for the hops. Some Nanking cherries, which is in the back here. As you can see, these are Nanking cherries here. Got some gala apples in the back. Still got a spare maple tree that I got for free by pulling it out of my cousin's backyard. A lot of little sprouts, and I just took the runners that came out from the roots. So yeah, this quince here is dead, and I did get from Zero Fox Tree. They're really good. I'm definitely going to be buying some bare root trees from them again. They paid me back for these ones that didn't come up. Unfortunately, they just didn't come. I don't know why. But here, more cherries. These are all those Fairholt cherries that I grew from seed. And some blackberries. Again, I have plenty of blackberries in the food forest, so I may put more in there, but I was planning to put them out in the back tree line there because I would like to have a nice little something going on back in the tree line there. Some more trees. My mulberries are fruiting, so all I'm gonna do now is just grab a good drink, and then I'm heading out of here because I'm exhausted. That was a full day's work. So we'll just sign off here, and I'll just give you a little scoot over. Some of my lupins are coming in all pretty like. Pawpaw's doing well. Pond's all right. Yeah, we're just slowly getting there, but you know, I'm just one guy on weekends. 1 day a week pretty much that I'm down to now. So you guys have a good week. You come back next week and we'll take a look at that sprayer.